Hi, and welcome to Smoke Training. In this episode, we take a look at how we rename clips and tracks to help better organize our timeline. I'll show you how to display the hidden track header information, rename a track and an individual clip, and also add comments to timeline events. As you build your edit inside SMOKE 2013, just like any other editing system, it's important to keep your sequence organized. In the timeline of SMOKE 2013, there are a few features to help you keep your sequence organized and clearly labeled. SMOKE 2013 lets you give the different tracks in the sequence a name. Over here on the left, where you find the track patching and various other timeline controls, is where we can name the individual tracks. Just right-click on any one of the tracks and choose Name Track. The on-screen keyboard appears, letting you name the track. Click Enter to confirm the change. Now, to be able to see the new track name we entered in the previous step, hover over the dividing line between the track headers and the timeline until you see the resize cursor. Now drag towards the right. As you drag towards the right, you'll notice the track name we entered appear. So by labeling the tracks with names, not only will it help you to keep your edit organized, but it will also help any other editor that may be working on the project with you. And here's a hidden trick in SMOKE 2013 you may not know. If you drag this dividing line all the way past the center of the screen, a scrolling list of credits appear. Here's a list of all the team hard at work behind the scenes of SMOKE 2013. You can also even rename individual elements on the timeline itself. Let's say we create a gap effect, which works just like an adjustment layer that you may have used in any other software. After creating the gap effect, whether using timeline effects or creating an adjustment layer with connect effects, the segment gets titled Gap. Not very useful, but to make it more helpful, let's rename the segment so that it better reflects what the effect is actually doing. Right-click the gap effect segment. Now in the context menu at the bottom, you'll find the option to rename untitled. Again, the on-screen keyboard appears, allowing us to enter a new name. Click Enter to confirm the name. Now you can see that the gap effect has the new name, which better represents what the segment is actually doing. Taking a few moments to title things as you go along helps you to remain organized. Also, the next time you open the sequence, it also gives you a useful reminder as to what a particular function a gap effect is performing. We can also add comments to any item in the timeline as well. Just as we've done previously, simply right-click a segment, and from the pop-up contextual menu, you'll find an option at the bottom to add comments. After we add in a comment, click Enter to confirm. Now, how do we go about actually seeing these comments? To display detailed information about any piece of media in the SMOKE editing interface, hold down the / key and click on a particular item. You'll get a thumbnail including the first frame of the clip, along with such detailed information such as clip name, format, and file location. Listed right at the bottom, you can view any comments that have been added as well. While still holding down the / key, continue to hover your pointer over any media in the interface to get detailed clip information. That brings to a close this episode of SMOKE Training. Thank you for watching. Just a reminder about some of the key points covered in this episode. By dragging the dividing line between the timeline and the track headers to the right, we exposed an area where we can rename tracks. To rename an individual element on the timeline, simply select it and activate the right-click menu and choose Rename. By holding down the / key and clicking on any clip in the timeline, media panel or desktop, and you get access to the detailed clip information, including comments. Also, remember this is pre-release software, so any features or screens shown here in this episode may be implemented differently come the final release. Stay tuned for future episodes of SMOKE Training that provide you with short, clear tutorials to help you get up to speed on the basics fast.